it really is the foundational question, right? What is the difference between a wildland and a farm? Or is there a difference? And if there is a difference, is it a good difference or bad difference? All questions we're trying to answer. And the basis of Timshel Wildland, or the Wildland Project, is the question of what is the role of human action within natural systems? Or is there a difference between human and natural systems? These are fundamental questions that we're trying to ask here. It's the understanding that to wild our ecosystem is to rewild ourselves. And this is deeply important, right? To lose control is to step back, but to become a part of the solution, the community itself, via the losing of control, that is the ultimate expression of community. We don't, as regenerative farmers, create community, right? We don't foster ecosystems that are building in biodiversity through succession and resilience. We are the community. We are the biodiversity, and we are a part of the succession. We are succession itself, right? And so it's an entering into the community of the wild that abundance can occur. This is the real role of regeneration. What is control, and what does it have to do with natural ecosystem function? And so here at the Wildland Project, here at Timshel, what we're doing is losing control systematically, intelligently, and losing control by gaining community. We use holistic management, holistic planned grazing to move the cattle and the sheep and the pigs through the farm in a way that really does mimic the predator-prey relationships. We do achieve herd impact. These are terms we use in the regenerative movement to describe regenerative philosophies and practices and results. We do implement those strategies, but that's it. We don't castrate, we don't wean, we don't separate, we don't dictate breeding calendars, we don't registrate, we never break herd bonds or relationships. We focus on epigenetics, not genetics, although we formed most of our herds, flocks, sounders, I guess you would call a grouping of pigs, from a very ancient genetic breed makeup. After that, we've let go. And what we're trying to do is create an epigenetic, adaptive, resilient flock herd sounder that fits our environment, right? The environment of this place. And maybe, just maybe, we as humans could also become native to this place via that same connection, but also via the results of the relationship from their connection. And that's the beauty of rewilding. You're rewilding the land, you're rewilding yourselves to co-create a much better world. Right? We're not pushing for carbon sequestration. We're pushing for a world where we have clean water and where my children have air to breathe 50 years from now. That's the vision, right? And so in order for that to work, we have to understand the microclimate, the local communities, and we have to work there and emerge from there. Otherwise said, we work with the souls of communities, and then and only then can we progress to the soils of communities. Mainstream regenerative agricultural rhetoric, we push and we see these words that also push for increased diversity, right? You have these words that's biosphere, biodiversity, diversity, resilience, succession. We use these words maybe too much. At their base is a misunderstanding, in my opinion, of the foundation of community, or maybe even the word community itself. To say I'm pushing for biodiversity is to say that I'm standing on top of an ecosystem and I'm pushing it in a direction. We don't really think we're standing on top of anything. We are the ecosystem, and we progress through the ecosystem. We succeed through the ecosystem, going for resilience via uniform diversity. You are the ecosystem. You are one of the parts. Better said, you're one of the aspects in this interconnected whole that is life. And once you see yourself placed not above life, not a director of life, but life itself, right? You realize that the act of becoming is the act of the regenerative farmer. And if I can go this far, the act of becoming is the act of life itself.